Hello. We've gotten to the end of the first day of recording, and have now moved on to my continued playthrough throughout several days. I will mark the passage of days between sessions in text cards throughout the video. Enjoy!
Alright. It is another day. Cruising the streets for gold. What is that a reference to? My audio source switched. There we go. It is a new day. And I have to slay. Oh, music right as we get in. That's nice. Where are the... Okay, there we go. Ah, yes. So cozy. Chiseled air? What the hell is chiseled air? What? That's what this stuff is? This stuff is air? That's very strange. Exceedingly strange. Huh. You know, I did realize that, now that I have chisels and bits installed, there's a use for copper again. Which is decorative. So I do think copper is quite pretty. Is that on my ore? I do think copper is quite pretty. So we can use that for, like, I don't know, sconces and whatever. Minecraft decorations mods certainly, decoration mods certainly teach you how to enjoy the finer details, don't they? I think the only people who are excited about sconces normally are 40-year-old architects. That looks so nice. I like that a lot. Yeah, this is looking really good. I'm very happy with this. Now we have to figure out what the hell else I'm gonna do to this place. this is kind of what I come back to Minecraft for. Because at this point, I've been playing the game. I think I've talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about it again. At this point, I've been playing the game. Gosh, when did it come out? Like, when was the scary update? I'll look that up real quick. Minecraft, the scary update. Is that what it called? The one that added like skeletons and everything? Pretty scary update, 1.4.2, October 25th, 2012. That's how long I've been playing this game. In October 25th, 2012, I had just turned, gosh, what was I? 9. I was 9 years old. And that's when I started playing the game. After that update came out. So, at this point, I've been playing Minecraft longer and have been alive longer with it than I have without it. I'm 22 now, so gosh, I'm trying to do math and my brain is not cooperating. I'm 22 now, which means I've been playing it for 10, 11, 12 years, I want to say? Wait, no, 13 years. 9 plus 13 is 22. Yeah, I think that's right. That's a long time. Still, I keep coming back to it. But it's not really because... Well, sometimes it's because there's new gameplay features like the creaking. Is that what it's called? That just came out? I experimented with that a little bit, and that was cool. But at this point, it's sort of hard to interact with the new gameplay features unless you specifically, like, make a world and look for them and all that. So I don't really do that necessarily. At this point, I really just do play for, just stuff like this, just making cool houses and junk. Yeah, that's basically what I play for. Just making cool houses. Gosh, I can't believe Minecraft has been out that long. I feel like, you know, time is weird. I feel like 2015 was just like 3 years ago, but no, that's 7 years ago now. I was in high school, I think, in 2015. Wait, no, I was in junior high, I think. Gosh, I can't even remember. Because time is weird, and it gets all... Your relation to, like, what you were doing at a certain year and everything gets so, like... It's so cattywampus after a while because, you know, the years might pass, but your relation to, like, how long ago things were always feels different. Like, how long it actually could have been, you know? Yeah. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but there are probably a lot of people who would say, well, you haven't really lived that long, you know? I feel like I've lived a long freaking time. A lot of stuff has happened in my life already. A lot of really, sobering things that gonna make you age a little bit faster than maybe you would have. I already was, usually a lot more, I don't know how to say it. How do I say it without sounding like an asshole? I'll just say I've had a lot of experiences in my life that have forced me to act in ways that are a lot more mature than my age group. So, for me already, time sort of doesn't really work the way it does for everyone else, I don't think. Because, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain without getting into the nitty-gritty details. But, you know, like, hard times age you in a certain way. That's different from regular aging. But also there's, of course, the very prescient, is that the right word? Accurate case to be made, very real case to be made that, you know, age doesn't necessarily equate wisdom. And when people talk about maturity, what they're talking about is wisdom. Because you can be 500 years old, but if you never learn anything about yourself or the world or how to interact with people, it doesn't really matter. You're still gonna behave like an idiot. You know what I mean? I'm sure there are plenty of older people who would be like, "Oh, you still don't know anything. There's still so much you don't know." So you can't act like you're more mature than your age. But even if that's true, that's not a very nice thing to act like. It doesn't mean I have plenty of, God damn it, I have plenty of life experience. Just because I don't happen to have the same number attached to my age as some other people doesn't mean that the things I haven't gone through aren't very real. You know what I mean? So like, when older generations are all like, "Oh, kids these days, they don't know anything, etc., etc." It's like, yeah, that's, maybe you're like factually correct in some instances, but also, did you know that treating other people like they're dumb and immature is a really bad way to get them to listen to you? It's like, instead of being incredibly rude and dismissive to younger people, what if you tried relating to them because of that extra life experience you have? Instead of being like, you know, "Oh, you couldn't possibly know anything, you're just a youngin'." What if you were like, "You know, I've been through this before, and I might be able to give you some valuable insight that you might not have thought of. Because I care about you as a younger person, and I want you to, you know, grow and learn and have the correct experiences. Instead of just being like, 'You're stupid.'" See, that to me speaks to like real immaturity. Like, why does it matter how old someone is? It doesn't really matter unless, you know, it doesn't really matter in that real of a way. Because it shouldn't matter like your age, it should just matter your character. Like, if I went up to everybody assuming they were immature, I would be an asshole. You can't just do that to younger people just because they're younger. Maybe it's true for a lot of people, a lot of younger people, but it's not going to be true for everybody. Still, just because someone's younger, you shouldn't treat them like they're lesser than you. That's my thoughts anyway. It's, I mean, kind of sad to me that probably people with a lot of wisdom to share, who could share it in particular aspects, like you likely won't ever be able to because they refuse to let go of their pride in that area. Well, sometimes, you know, I might have more experience in this certain area, but still I should be respectful to this younger person because their experiences are still real. And their feelings and thoughts are still, that's what their life is like, so I should be respectful of that. Instead of just being like, "You don't know anything. Do things for me, youngin'." Does it make any sense? I don't know, it's just something I think about. I just wish people were a little bit more understanding, willing to give the benefit of the doubt. You know? It's just my hope for the world. Just a little more empathy, I guess. A little bit less pride. And a little baby window. Teeny teeny. That's actually bugging me. I want to make it even on each side. Oh crap. Did I put a hole in the freaking wall over there? Okay, it's gone. I guess it's really just entitlement, you know? Is it entitlement? Or is it something else? I don't know, I wish there was some way to communicate to people, older people, that, like, well, what I've been saying, like, you can't help young people by calling them stupid and being entitled about that you're smarter than them. Because maybe you're not. I mean, if you just spend 50 years doing nothing but, like, reading the newspaper and, I don't know, cooking eggs and going to a desk job, you don't, like, you don't learn new things, you don't advance your skills in any way, then how could you possibly be smarter or more mature than someone who's, like, I don't know, what, has a master's in astrophysics, or, like, went on a, like, mental health retreat for 5 years and, like, got super duper in touch with themselves, like, meditates and, like, journals and goes to therapy and everything. Like, if you didn't do any of that work, then no. I don't think you could just magically be more mature than someone. Because it really matters what you spend your time doing. If you spend all your time not really advancing your own state of being, crap. You spend all your time not really advancing your state of being at all, then it's ridiculous to assume that you would just magically become smarter and more mature. You have to work at that. You're not just, you know, it's not like an idle game. Oh, wow. You can fit in 1.5 blocks like this? Huh. What's up, guys? To the annoying fucking... Wow, hey, welcome back to my crazy Let's Play. So many windows, yes. Yes. Good. I know somebody's gonna make a Microsoft joke now. I guess I think about that a lot, because I feel like a really big issue we're facing right now is kind of this... Whoa, you can fit through... Wait, wait. This is 1 block. This is a half block. This is a quarter block, so you can fit through. Oh, that's still the same? 175? Okay. It seems like it was smaller, and I was going to be surprised. Anyway, I think about this a lot, because it seems like one of the biggest issues we're facing right now, like all of us, is this cultural clash where it's juvenoia, basically. The older generations don't trust the younger generations, so they don't treat them as well. And because they don't treat them as well, the younger generations are less incentivized to listen to them. So it's like this vicious recursive cycle of, ironically, because of their treatment of younger people, the older generation continue to further alienate the younger ones, which means that the younger generation are less likely to listen to their elders, which is a real shame because, I mean, on one hand, like, yeah, I get it that you can learn you can learn a lot of things by life experience, but also life experience can vary so vastly that I feel like it's really unfair to just say, well, you're younger, so you don't know anything. And it's kind of just ignoring the actual issue of the whole thing, which is that everybody is at... Oh, what the hell is going on? Everybody is at different states of maturity at all times. Nobody is the same. Okay, things have stopped being crazy in this window. Yeah, like everybody's at different states of being all the time. So, you know, acting as if you're better than someone just because you're a little older. It's like, what's the point of that? You're not helping them, and you're not helping yourself because you're just isolating yourself from the possibility of, you know, actually being able to help younger generations with your knowledge. Refusing to swallow your pride of your age and your supposed experience, and in a way, sort of almost proving that you're not really mature, are you? Because you can't swallow your pride enough to speak candidly and empathetically with youngers. It's a real shame. Wait, I could do this like this, duh. And I'm not gonna act like, you know, I'm some wise old god or anything. I still make plenty of stupid mistakes all the time. But that's true of older people as well. If only we were a little bit nicer to each other. You know, that's all I would wish. If I was able to contact a genie, that would be my wish. I wish people were nicer to each other. I feel like maybe that's too vague, but also, if it was a rude genie, I feel like that would be direct enough that it wouldn't, like, backfire. If it was one of those trickster genies that, like, did some ironic twist of what your wish was. Just wish people were nicer to each other, that's it. Something weird is going on. I was gonna say hinky, but I don't know if that's like that might be a slur or something, I don't know. Some fishy. There we go. Ooh, that looks so nice. I love building the individual window panes. Looks so good. Right. Yeah, okay. Now. Oh, looks a little bit funny with the glass pane texture, but yeah. I'm sure that's gonna look great when it's daytime. Perfect. Alright, I think I can safely move my bed and junk in there. Oh, what if I... Wait. Just had a brain blast. What? Fireplace on one of these walls, and then I had a chimney. Right. do that? It would be so much work to tear down everything I've already put here, though. How would I do that without screwing everything up? Let me put it like right here, maybe. Okay, let's put it right here. I'm gonna have to... No, I'm gonna put all this away. Condense that back down. Okay, I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, I think I'm basically done with the, Oh! Hello? Hello! What you got? What you got? Anything good? Anything good? Nope, not really. Okay, well, actually... Yeah. Oh, that's right, they don't have multiple traits, just one. Well, I am now in the possession of one more emerald, so I guess that's good. Alright, that looks really radical, honestly. I'm very happy with that. Very cool. Yeah. So cozy, too. Love the log cabin vibes. Now, oh, I've got to decide what I'm gonna do next, because I could keep fleshing this out. But I think first, what do I want to do? I am going to go mining, actually. Screw the house for now. I want to go mining. So I'm going to need to get rid of all this junk in my inventory. And we're just going to do some good old-fashioned cave diving. We now have what I consider the optimal inventory for mining, and it's kind of fun. I didn't even sort of consider the possibility that anyone would have a different opinion about this. Or that there could be an opinion about this, but this is my loadout, and everybody has a different loadout, I guess, when they go mining, which I get that makes sense intuitively. But yeah, this is my loadout. We got pickaxe, sword, shovel, backpack for extra items, food, crafting table, a hammer just in case, and some stuff to make some more tools with while I'm down here. I actually went too far, because I did discover a cave while I was down here. I just have to remember where the entrance was. Is it? Nope. Ah, here we go. Yeah, this is it. Oh, and of course we have the torches in the offhand. For a while I was doing a shield in the offhand. Whoa, hello. Okay, cool. Anyway. Oh, I forgot my throwaway blocks, my junk blocks. I need that. Oh yeah, also another tip about the chisels and bits. As you can see, I spent this extra time using it to make a really simple staircase. Another nice thing about the chisels and bits is that you can use it to very quickly get regular stone without having to mine it and smelt it again. Or without using a, what's it called? Silk touch pickaxe? Which is very convenient. So, now, get regular loadout. Okay. Get down here. Start placing some torches so that I don't die. And I might as well also... Well, I guess the death marker kind of serves as a... Whoa! Death map marker. So that's fine. Oof! There is... Oh my goodness. You know what? I came down here to find iron. And I am not disappointed. There is so much here. My texture Texture pack? Resource pack? No, it's the shaders. It's the shaders that do it. Oh, hello. My shaders... Okay. My shaders have this fun extra feature that they highlight ores, or at least it's like make ores full bright, I think, is what they do. So they're not affected, the actual ore itself is not affected by the shaders, so it's always bright, so you can always see it. Which I think is a very handy feature for finding it. It's not as, it's not like cheating, you know, like X-ray mod would be. Just very subtly highlights them, so that you don't miss anything in the dark. Except coal, but I guess coal is already black, so it'd be kind of hard to highlight it. Also, it's not really like that, at least not after a while. There's so many creepers, I'm like, leave me alone. Yeah, whatever. Blow yourself up, see if I care. I don't care. You think I care? I don't care. Low squid corpse. Alright. You know, I really don't get why people complain so much about the new updates to Minecraft. Like, Caves and Cliffs is wonderful. It's so much easier to find ores. Cave systems go on forever. I mean, that's kind of a blessing and a curse, because if you want to be completionist about it like me, then you might spend like hours and hours and hours exploring one cave, trying to find the end, and you just never do. Which is a situation I've been in quite a lot since this update. But that's kind of a great problem to have, you know, because I mean, it's highly unlikely that you'll ever really run out of anything anymore. Struggle to find it, because I remember before this update came out, I would spend, gosh, ages and ages just like digging shafts down, trying to find cave generations, because unless you wanted to spend all that time doing quarrying, you know, yourself, making those designs of how people figure out the most optimal way to mine. I forget the exact word for what the practice is called at this moment. I know there's a special word for it that people use, but I do not remember what it is. I'm just gonna block this off. We can come back later to this. Find a way up eventually. But I never liked doing that. I always thought it was really, really tedious. Really hated doing that. So for me, I just had to try and find cave shafts, cave systems, or mine shafts. Because, I mean, really, it's kind of the easiest way to find ore without having to spend hours and hours just digging in a straight line or whatever, making your tunnel of Moria to find ore. So I used to do this method where I would make like a 3x3 spiral staircase, basically. The dirt, the earth. Oh, hello. They're jumpy today. I wasn't even that aggressive with that guy. I used to dig these 3x3 spiral staircases into the stone, just over and over again, trying to stumble upon any shafts, caves or anything, because that's when the generation would make it most obvious to find ore with. This is another one of my little techniques that I've picked up over the years for exploring. Makes it a little bit easier not to get lost. So anytime I clear out a section, I'll mark it with a wall or a line of blocks, so I know I've already been there and it's empty. Sometimes it's more difficult to do that because these generations don't always form in a way that's like easily separable hallway, but basically what I do, long and short of it. That's water. That's bad. Get out of here. Gold. I was looking for some gold, so that's nice. We need at least 8, I think. 8 gold ingots to upgrade our backpack. So now we can do that, I think. 6, yeah, we should be able to do that because I have some extra ingots left over at home. My chest on the beach. Might as well collect all this copper as well, just because. Just because it'll give us some smithing levels. Smithing? No, smelting levels. You know, how do you say that? Smithing? Smithing? I've always been confused by that. Oh god, the water. Flood is coming. Flood is coming, the flood is coming. Alright, this part's navigated. Been through here, so we will block this section off with some stone. That way, I know I've already been here. Nope, that's my backpack. Oop, there we go. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm a little lost. Did I come from here? Oh, yes, I did. Okay. Usually, I'm a little bit more procedural about the way I explore, so I should probably do that. But I just got a little bit swept up in the moment, and I just went wherever. So usually my thing is I'm extremely procedural about the way that I explore caves. Depends on what I'm feeling, but I will always pick a single direction to move in. If there's an intersection, excuse me, if there's an intersection anywhere, I will always move either left or right until I reach the end of that intersection. And I'll keep repeating that over and over until I hit a dead end. That way I know that I can be fully confident that I explore the entire place. It makes it a lot easier not to get lost, so on and so forth. There we go. There's so much freaking water everywhere. The one thing I will not do is water. I hate trying to explore caves that are flooded. That's where I cross the line. It's just so obnoxious and... Yeah, oh, hello? Get down there. I don't mind the occasional waterfall and so on. But if it's completely submerged, then yeah, nope. Go somewhere else. Good, lots of iron. Need that. Pretty good cave. So far. It'd be nice to find a little bit more coal. Honestly, since the update, the thing I've had the most trouble finding is coal. I can find iron fine. Find tons of iron. Even have some pretty decent, diamond reserves by late game. Gold is even easier to find than coal, I feel like, because what's it called? The caves go so deep into the ground that they sort of miss the generation window that is usually used for coal, because coal usually generates a little bit higher up. It used to be you were supposed to use Y40 to look for coal. But it's changed now. It's like it's either like a lot higher by 30, like 30 or so blocks, or a lot lower by 30 or so blocks. It's like Y70, maybe, or Y13. I don't remember. Y13 was for diamonds. I do remember that. But I think that's also different. It's because of the new cave generation in Caves and Cliffs, which that's been out for a long time now too. That's weird to think about. Time moving. Time keeps on slipping into the future. Hello. I have mixed feelings about the clay caves. On one hand, they are very cute. Got the, what are they called? The axolotls. It's very nice. Oh, I am out of torches now. Good thing I guess I'm gonna have to use this coal then. That's a shame. At least there's alternatives to using coal for smelting and stuff, because you can use, or if you need torches, you can make charcoal. Or also, oh, here's some coal, nice. You can also just use like wood planks, which is what I've been actually doing for the last couple save files, where I have trouble coming into coal reserves. What a strange thing, isn't it? Coal is kind of a really important part of human history, if you think about it. It powered steam engines, the Industrial Revolution, powered a lot of people's homes for a long time. So they cook and eat and survive. Oh, damn it. And it used to be, well, I guess it used to be a blessing and a curse, because as much as it was very useful for people and gave them heating and cooked food and everything comforting that kept them alive, it also killed people a lot. Well, people killed people, because mining operations were often very unscrupulous and worked people to death, which is horrid, of course. So as much as coal gave us a lot of really amazing things, it led to more advanced technology, it also is bound up in a lot of atrocity as well. Even if coal mining wasn't so ruthless at the time, 1800s and so, there was still the issue that oh my god, there's so many of them. What if I brought you guys to the surface and made a little aquarium for you? As much as, even if coal mining had been done responsibly by prospectors and whoever owned the mines, there was still the issue that they didn't have the proper protection. People would get crushed by cave-ins, collapses. People would get black lung because they inhaled the dust particulate from the coal. Really nasty, gnarly stuff, and not in a good way. Now, of course, there's still people who think coal and natural gas and gasoline are the only way to do things. And they either don't care or remain willfully ignorant about the implications it has for the environment and for people, too. It's not like, you can just keep pumping junk into the environment and it's not going to care about it. We're already seeing the consequences of those actions. And I really wish the people who have the ability to change that would do more to curb what's happening, but it seems unlikely, unfortunately, for now. The stupid president we have in office. I don't know why I decided this was the episode I was gonna get really serious about, but here we are. This is kind of a smorgasbord of just my regular thoughts about life in the world these days. And when life sucks, you play video games to feel a little bit better. Right now that game is Minecraft. I've never understood why people consider it a badge of honor to pollute the environment. There's some people who are proud of it, honestly, genuinely. They roll coal in their giant cars and they think somehow that not caring about the environment is cool. Caring about, the earth getting hotter, animals dying off, not caring about that is apparently cool in these people's minds. Something you should do. That you should be heartless and cruel. I don't really get it. Alright, I think we have enough, what would classify as enough ore for now. So I'm gonna get back up here. Get smelt into this. I'll see you in a few minutes. Good. And second round in. Bop. Nice. Okay. Extra planks to put in there. Nice. Oh, wait, I have this. Why am I using this? There we go. I guess maybe I should save that. If I need torches. Okay. There we go. Oh, and my, shoot. The gold. Wait for this to stop smelting. And now. Okay. Put that in so I can use it later. And might as well. What is this in here? Go in there. Okay. Can I just oh, you can, but that's really not efficient. Okay. What if I did like that? What about that? Does that work? Block of bamboo. How efficient is that? Minecraft Wiki. I love you, Minecraft Wiki. Never change. Smelting. Okay, so I've done some research. It seems like a block of bamboo does 1.5 operations per fuel, but bamboo does 0.25 operations per fuel, which is not the same thing. Which means that you actually lose efficiency from making it a block, I think. 1.5 divided by 9. Wait, does it take 9 or 4? Does it take 9 or 4? It takes 9, yeah. So, because you use 9 bamboo to make a block, that means they're only 0.16 efficient per thing. So it's actually more efficient to use just bamboo. Huh. Weird. Well, I guess we can use that for now. Need to get some more... Oh, wait, I have a log right here. I can just use that in there. Oh, I'm stupid. I didn't frickin'... Okay, so note to self. Not more efficient to use bamboo blocks as fuel. More efficient to use either bamboo if I'm really in a pinch, just the regular bamboo, or just chop down a tree. That's probably the easiest way. Okay, now we have upgraded our backpack to iron, which means it has a whole lot more space in it, which is good for me. Actually, we might be able to upgrade it to diamond, too. Yeah, wait, really? I think so. Diamond backpack. Perfect. Okay, next would be netherite, which is a good deal more expensive, but that's fine, because I think diamond will pretty much cover us for until late game, if I ever get there. So, we basically maxed that out, which is nice. We have all this copper to work with now. Copper. Ooh, and so much iron. Okay. I think... Wait, is there diamonds in here? No. Next rule of business, I think, is we need some diamonds. I would like to get an enchanting table going. So we need some... Oh, we need some buckets. We'll need lava, some water, and diamonds. And we need more cows. We need leather. So getting a farming operation started would be good. You know what I just realized? This is kelp, isn't it? I can harvest this and start using it for smelting. Forget wood, forget any of that. I can use this stuff. I'm gonna drown. Okay, good. Good. These shaders make the underwater so satisfying. I should probably plant a little bit more so it grows again. Alright. Wait, can you... Okay, yeah, that defeats the point. So, the reason you use kelp is because it's basically free fuel if you... At least this is what I've figured out. Maybe there are better ways, but if you fry it on a... what do you call it? If you fry it on a campfire, it turns into dried kelp. And then further, if you make that into a block, it becomes a dried kelp block, which you can use as fuel for a stove. And you can just grow that shit passively, like it grows like weeds.
So if you can just farm kelp forever, then you basically have free fuel for eternity, which is awesome. And now I'm missing my axe. Where is it? There it is. Need to chop down some spruce trees to get some extra wood so I can make a bunch of campfires to start harvesting this crap. I love filling my inventory up in 2 seconds. Whoop. Okay, what's next? Oh, right. I did all this because I wanted copper and I wanted my brain isn't working right now. I wanted copper and iron because I wanted to have decoration blocks, which is the copper, and then I also wanted to have lanterns. That's what I'm thinking of. Lanterns. Goodness. Okay, so I make a bunch of those and we turn that into light. Isn't that miraculous? I love lanterns. They're so beautiful. Alright. Now we've done that. We can make a few campfires, a few extra campfires. These two will go in the fireplace in the house. Right, yeah. And I think they float, so I don't have to worry about if I want to change what's under them to be cobblestone or something later. I might actually change that chimney to be brick, but we'll see. Alright, and then these next ones, I'm gonna make how many? 8, I think. 6, 7, 8. 8 fireplaces, or campfires again. Putting them where? Where are they gonna go? I guess they're kind of cheap, so it doesn't really matter where I put them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Now I can start frying all this kelp on here. And in no time, we will have an infinite fuel source. Beautiful.